All right, I don't know why my camera doesn't want to work. That's really annoying. Go on to properties real quick. There we go, and Jay is up. As always, as I do with every single stream, I would like to say a big thank you to the Cavalrine himself, the God Emperor, for blessing us with his beautiful jawline. Now, apologies that I am a little bit late on this one. Obviously, I'm jumping on just as the detachments are releasing, but I was spending some time with my beautiful, wonderful, super pregnant wife, and enjoying some Arcane. No spoilers, by the way. All right, so let's have a look at the Dwarfs, and I'm very excited for this one because this is actually an army that I play. This is the Hearth Band. Kerry, Sam, how you doing? Neuromancer, holy fuck, Twitch is offensive. I'm gonna allow that one, of course. Risu, how you doing? Good to see you. Hello, everybody that is joining us. Again, I was spending some time with my beautiful wife, so apologies that it's a little bit later. Your automod hates cursing. Yeah, I'll have to have a bit of a closer look at it, but didn't even have time to sub before it hit me with the BS ad. Yeah, Twitch always does that. They are very, very aggressive with their monetization. Speaking of monetization, perfect segue. Neuromancer, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Really appreciate it. Enjoy that railgun. We're going to be looking at the Hearth Band. Rock and Stone! When the eye of the ancestors has been cast and the worth of some site or resource deemed vital, the kin may form a hearth band to ensure its swift conquest. Typically led by one or more of the kindred's most courageous and strategically cunning Carls. Such forces are painstakingly forged to complete the precise mission for which they are assembled. Einhir elites lead the charge, exo-armored forms advancing like the ancestors come to life, contemptuous of the enemy's pitiful attempts to cut them down with gunfire or stagger their charge. Handpicked Hearthkins support their advance, no mere citizen soldiers, but instead the finest warriors of the kin host assembled for this one crucial mission. Driving inexorably into the teeth of the foe, the Hearth Band does not stop until their task is complete and the battle is won. Detachment rule, methodical annihilation. Each time a Leagues of Votan model from your army makes an attack with a weapon excluding blast weapons that targets the closest eligible target or a target that is within engagement range of that model's unit, reroll a hit roll of 1. If your unit has a Karl, Einhir Hearthguard, or Uthar the Destined unit, improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. We have a Terminator detachment by the looks of it. Oh boy! Hello everybody that is joining us. We're doing some hardback. Kagechi, how you doing, buddy? John Thacker, morning from the US. Good morning to you too on this beautiful Aussie evening. So, God damn it, Tau should have this detachment rule. I mean, reroll a hit roll of 1 is good. The Carline here, Hearthguard or Uther Destined penetration, like you're going to be probably jamming in a bunch of Hearthguard units. But let's continue on before we start making any quick judgment calls. Bastion Shield, 25 points, a Leagues of Votan model only. Each time a ranged attack targets the bearer's unit, if the attacking model is within 12 inches of the bearer, worsen the AP of that attack by 1. Okay, interesting. So it's people getting close. It is a ranged attack, so would be better if this was more broadly useful for 25 points. We'll have to see. It could be good. On certain terrain sets, this might be amazing. Quake Multi-Generator. Oh, that's cool. 15 points. Actually, I'm going to read this because the fluff text list has got to be great, right? Extremely rare and costly to manufacture, this Dark Star powered coil enables a weapon to initiate tremendously powerful reverberations. The resultant shockwaves are enough to pitch foes from their feet. That's really cool. So this goes on a Carl. In your shooting phase, after the bearer has shot, select one enemy unit excluding Titanic units hit by one or more of those attacks. Until the start of your next turn, that enemy unit is suppressed. While it's suppressed each time a model in that unit makes an attack, subtract 1 to the hit roll. That is friggin' amazing. Yeah, so obviously the bearer has to shoot, but I mean the Carls I think hit on twos. With judgment tokens, are guaranteed to hit on twos. So like, yeah, 15 points. That's pretty goddamn good. Imagine spending 15 points and getting the entire rule that you might take a strike team for. That's insane. Iron Skeen, or Skine. I forget how the North say that. Anyway, 10 points. Leagues of Votan model, add 2 to the bearer's wound characteristic. That is just broadly useful if you've got 10 points left over. And we've got the High Carl returning, which means if I run 2 Carls, I can have High Carl and I can have Sober Carl. And everybody can laugh at that joke just as much as they did the first time, which is not a lot. Each time a model in the bearer's unit is destroyed by melee attacks, this is each time. If it has not fought this phase, roll 1d6 on a 4-up, do not remove it from play. The destroyed model can fight after the attacking unit has finished making its attacks and is then removed from play. So is there going to be resurrections? Because each time the bearer's unit is destroyed? Oh, no, sorry. Each time a model in the bearer's unit is destroyed. Okay. So you put this with them and you can have a Terminator unit with fight on death, which is pretty fucking powerful. I can see why that's 30 points. All right. And then we're going into the stratagems, starting in the middle left, because why not? Sure of Purpose. The fight phase, 1 Leagues of Votan unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, each time model in your unit makes a pile-in or consolidation move, it goes 6 inches. That is insane. Oh, that is so good. Bottom right, Fury of the Hearth, your shooting phase. 1 Einhir Hearthguard from your unit. 1 Einhir Hearthguard unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons excluding blast weapons equipped by models in your unit have the Rapid Fire 1 ability. Okay. Top right, your movement phase just after a Leagues of Votan infantry unit from your army falls back. That unit until the end of the turn, it's eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. That's really, really great. Brecken Knots. Your opponent's shooting phase or fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its target. 1 Carl, Uther the Destined or Einhir Hearthguard unit from your army that was selected as a target of 1 or more of those attacks. Till the end of the phase, models in your unit have a 4-up invuln. Okay. We've done Sure of Purpose. Materialization Matrices. The reinforcement step of your movement phase, Leagues of Votan units set up 6 inches away. Until the end of the turn, your unit's not eligible to declare a charge. So one of the big things that you could do with these guys is for 2 CP, set them up within 6 and then give them rapid fire. And then you're also then benefiting, because they're the closest eligible target, reroll hit roll of 1 and improve the AP by 1 as well. Then we got Superior Craftsmanship. Fight phase, 1 Leagues of Votan unit from your army that has not been selected to fight. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that targets a monster or vehicle, add 1 to the damage characteristic of that attack. So 2 CP for +1 damage is a little bit expensive. This will likely come up in like Knights matchups, I would imagine. But yeah, so what do they look like, Phoenix? They look like these boys. They are some of my favorites. I got a few of these when the Votan first came out. I don't even know how many I have. I don't even know if I can field 30 of them. We're gonna have to see. Anyway. So we've done the Brecken Knots. We've done Unyielding Aggression. We've done Matrices. Sure of Purpose. We've done Fury of the Hearth. We've done that one. So all in all, this looks good. However, does this beat at the start of the battle put 4 judgment tokens on your opponent? Because that's the other thing that like, and if you kill a unit, get 3 or 4 CP or whatever the hell it is. So let's actually bring this up. Let's bring up the rules that we're getting. So the army rule for the Votan is Eye of the Ancestors, which is just each time a unit is destroyed, they get a judgment token. And there's no other ways really to give them to them outside of an enhancement in the other detachment that like does nothing and never works. The Carls, if you can see someone, you can put a judgment token on them, but you're never doing that in the command phase. And then it's the Oath Band that has put 2 judgment tokens on 4 units and get 3 CP if you kill them in the first or second battle round. Now, all right, Reroll hit roll of 1 is nice. Votan don't have rerolls. Improve AP is nice. I don't know if this is it. I don't know if you give up everything that you have in the other detachment to take this. Like Fight on Death with the High Carl, that is obviously very, very powerful. Obviously, it's only on a 4-up, but still, that's a Terminator unit fighting on death. I don't know. I don't know if this is what I was looking at. The 4-up invuln is nice. Fallback shoot and charge is really nice. 6-inch pile and consolidate is kind of crazy. That's one of the things that will make me think that maybe this is all right to like jail up some people. Because if you're 6-inch pile and consolidating, nobody can hide a unit from you. Nobody. Though the Terminators don't have good movement to start with. So you're not really threatening any sort of like jail archetype or whatever. It's once you get there. +1 damage for 2 CP feels underwhelming. It's only the fight phase as well. Fury of the Hearth, rapid fire 1 on the Hearthguard. Now, this is something that is interesting. This means that a unit that is already exceptional at shooting gets even better at it. Because, like, if we look at the Hearthguard, so I'll just go into their profile on the app. Generally speaking, you're always taking the Vulcanite Disintegrators. Now, the reason for that is that it's 3 shots each model, so it's 30 shots for a 10-man unit. It's only strength 5, but it is devastating wounds. So you put that on it, and you're firing 4 shots, which is 40 shots from that unit. Though, having said that, I'm fairly certain that, like, because you can't use their shoulder launchers for that, because that just doesn't work because it's got blast. I don't know. Carls give out tokens too, but like, okay, this is my point. That like, you're never exposing a model in the command phase that's not just immediately getting shot at and killed in order to get a judgment token out the next turn. Like, it's not a thing. It's not a thing that you ever do. You always have them hiding behind a wall until you're ready to go. And yes, it will come up maybe later in the game, but like maybe there's a build that you can use with this that'll work. But I think the Oathband is just better because like the Oathband had to get buffed like 70 billion times in order to get it where it is. And even then the Votan isn't like a massive, winningest army. So I think the detachment rule needed to be better. I don't know. I reroll a hit roll of 1, and then you've got, like, don't get me wrong, the Exo Armor Grenade Launcher is good, but you only get this if you're firing it at the closest eligible target. But it says, or a target that's within engagement range. The Vulcanite Disintegrators don't have pistol. So if you're going a Terminator heavy build, this would benefit your vehicles and that sort of stuff. But, and this isn't just a broad reroll hit roll of 1. This is targeting the closest eligible. So, yeah, I've got to say I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm a little bit disappointed, especially after all of the other shit that we've seen from some of the other factions. This ain't it. This ain't it. There's not enough that leans into the unique strengths of the Terminators to make it work and make it really, really good. Like, this detachment rule should have been Karl's Einhir Hearthguard, Uther, and Einhir Champions. Because that's the other thing. Like, why Karl's specifically? Because you got 2 forms of leader that can only lead 1 unit. So there's only so many you can have. The friggin' Einhir Champion gives you rerolls to charges and mortals on the charge. Karl, whether he's a high Karl or a sober Karl, he gives lethal hits, which is nice, and it does make them pretty killy. And then he gives point at someone, he give him a judgment token. Honestly, if you're doing all of this like fighting stuff, piling in, consolidating, everything else, like you want the rerolls to charge because they're a very, very slow unit. Or, and hear me out, give them 6 inches and you're eligible to declare a charge. Grey Knight's got it. Fucking Demons have got it. Like you have very, very, very slow units. This ain't it. This ain't it. This is my gut reaction. This ain't it. I will still try it out because I'm not a fan of like writing something off without actually putting in my due diligence. You can give the buff to warriors through the Carl. Yeah, I guess that's right. But like, again, your warriors is single wound, 6 up, feel no pain, die to a sneeze. Like, they've got the same armor characteristic as a fucking fire warrior. And they're supposed to be in like void armor and that sort of shit that like protects them from mining and blah, 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 blah. Like, they're not tanky enough. I don't know why this doesn't state Carl, Einhir Hearthguard, Uther, Einhir Champion, -1 to wound. I guess that wouldn't work because the Hearthguard already have, if they're led by a character, then they have -1 to wound if their strength is higher. But like, I don't know. It needed to be more than this. This is so fucking underwhelming. Let me show you guys something. Let me show you guys something. Look at this detachment rule. For 1/4 of the demons. 2 separate bits. Fucking surge move and sticky. Like how are we like even equating that if you jump through these hoops, you get reroll hit roll of 1, which, okay. Why isn't it like target the closest eligible and, I don't know, choose one gun and get 4 rerolls to hit on that weapon specifically? Or like, I don't know, this isn't it. This isn't it. This stinks of being written by somebody who doesn't play Votann. I don't know. My reaction could be like over the top and dooming for no reason. And this could have been a writer putting forward their best foot on what they think would make it work. But like, fallback, shoot, and charge doesn't matter if you can never get in combat. I like the pile and consolidate doesn't matter if you can never get in combat. And do you want to know the funniest fucking thing? This is better on the Berserks. This isn't even for the Hearthguard. This is better on the Zerks because they have a built-in fight on death. They go in Sagittars, which are the best fucking transport in the game. They get out with extra distance, meander forward, and then charge people. And like, yeah. So I'll probably put in a game or two with this and see how it feels. Maybe put together my best estimation of a list that could use this well. Actually, out of curiosity, I wouldn't want to take him in 5s, but can the Hecaton Land Fortress transport Terminators? All right, so 12 Leagues of Votann infantry model. Each exo armor takes up the space of 2. So you could have 6 exo armor, which I believe is what the Hearthguard are. What's their keyword? Exo armor. So you could have a min squad sitting in land fortresses and not go full down the 30 and just go like warriors and Hearthguards, Zerks, Sagittars, land forts. All right, let's have a look at what's coming next. We have Genestealer Cults. All right, another army that I don't know fucking nothing about. Interesting that they put the NIDs in the artwork. I don't know if that was on purpose, but I, Methodical annihilation exemplifies a discipline. It just, I don't know, man. Reroll hit roll of 1 and 2 CP plus 1 damage. I don't know, man. I don't know. I promise if it wasn't World Eaters, I'd become one. Yeah, fair enough. You do you. You do you. Yeah. Yeah. Deep strike and rapid ingress play. Like, yeah, you can rapid ingress and you can deep strike on their turn for 6 inches, but like, because remember, you can't 6-inch rapid ingress with this, so you're bound by basically what everybody else can do. And don't get me wrong, Terminators coming down and unleashing the amount of fire that they've got is fucking nutty. And being able to do that within 6, like, that unit just fucks so hard, it's ridiculous. Like, fucks so hard, it's ridiculous. So that is something that you can definitely use. So I think to make a list like this work, you would have to have a backbone of the list that does well with your scoring and everything else, and then probably set up for Hearthguard units to drop down and do their thing, or rapid ingress and then run forward. But, yeah. 40 shots sustained lethal death. Where are you getting sustained from? Because you got lethal, you got dev, you've got rapid to take you up to 40 if you spend that CP. Do they not have a sustained strat? Yeah, that's Oathband. Because you're leaving that detachment, you're like, that one's got sustained hits 1 or sustained hits 2 on something with a judgment token. And that's the other thing, that like Oathband has sustained hits 2 on a judgment token. On a judgment token target. So that's like, that's pretty fucking crazy on its own. Though, you know, let's actually think about this with the Hearthguard are hitting on 3s natively. With a set of, let's say you manage to get 2 judgment tokens, which is the other thing, that judgment tokens are so hard to get on there now, because nothing in there gives you a give a judgment token thing. And again, anything that requires you to put a character out in the open so they can see something and give it a judgment token is not good design. It is not good design. Do you know, honestly, this should have been over like reroll hit rolls of 1. For each Carl in your army, at the start of a judgment token, each Carl can give out at the start of each turn, or battle round, your Carl can give out a judgment token to an enemy unit standing on an objective. Have a little bit of a callback to 9th, and like make it not as powerful as it was, because that shit was kind of ridiculous. But like, yeah. Still run Hecatons, fit them with what you need. Yeah, but the thing is that like Sagittars are just so much more efficient than Hecatons are. I do love the Hecatons though, and that's the kind of build that I want to play. So like maybe there's like, you run points of like having 2 10-mans in Deep Strike, you have a 5-man inside a Hecaton, and then you run all the other stuff that you would normally run. But it really depends on like, because if you're going to go that many Terminators, you start running a lot of points, and you start running out of shit to stand on objectives and contest and do everything, which Votann already struggled with because they're like a pretty elite army. So you need to make sure you've got a plan for what's walking on where. I just love the Hecaton more. You and me both. So, yeah. I think that, like, I got excited because of all of the, like, really cool shit that everybody else got. But, I'll try it out and I'll see. Because I think there is a build of Votann that can work with this. But the main army rule being judgment tokens, I think makes this a little bit more difficult, but maybe that's fine if you pack in that much firepower that you're leading into the Hearthguard as your kind of backbone. You just need to make sure that you can actually get onto objectives or whatever. But yeah. Interesting. A little bit deflated, not gonna lie. A little bit deflated. I think they could have gone further into the the Carl Hearthguard sort of thing. In a similar way to like, make Hearthguard battle line similar to how they did Warriors. Why is that so much of a ridiculous concept compared to 3 wound, many attack Warriors getting to be battle line? There's so many points that you literally wouldn't be able to fit in that many. But you still have Codex. Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Codex will be coming out. And maybe they will want to go a little bit more lukewarm on this. But yeah. Who knows? But I am going to go back to spending some time with the wife. That has been our Grotmas for day 17. Thank you very much to everybody for joining us. Thank you to all my patrons, my YouTube videos who make every video possible. If you would like to join them, there are links in the description. Also, while you're down there, hit subscribe, like, leave a comment, or a query, or a death threat, whatever you feel like. Or don't. I'm not your dad. But we'll see you in the next one for Jeans Still a Cult, where we will have no more jeans left. We'll have to wear shorts. Shorts, I tell you. Bye, everybody.